No flash photography, please. When it comes to lighting, I've always preferred LED lights, although when it comes to LED lighting for videos, a lot of the LEDs I've tried out actually have some flickers, so they don't work well for videos. But today we actually have GVM Great Video Maker LED light panels that should actually solve that problem because they're for great video making. You can get these in 1, 2, and 3 packs. Right here we happen to have the 3 pack, and each individual panel has 752 LED lights. That includes 240 RGB, 256 warm, and 256 cool LED lights. Wow, okay, this is a very nice carrying case to keep everything nice and portable. Although it is pretty big, but you can carry it around. Now the cool thing about these lights is, remember, we have 3 of them, and remember you can also get 2 or whatever number you want, but you can actually connect them together with a master and slave function, so that way you can control one, and what happens to that one will happen to the other one, so you can control them all at the same time. Now the bad news is, for some people, there's no remote control option here other than your smartphone, which you're going to need to download the GVM2 app from the App Store. But personally, I prefer the app because that way I'll always have it with me no matter what. But of course, you can also control them right on the actual lights themselves with the little knobs and switches, and there is an LED screen. Right now, as far as lighting goes in the studio, I actually just have some softbox lights that are just fixed color, fixed brightness, and I'm not able to adjust anything. But with these, I can adjust the color temperature between 3200 Kelvin and 5600 Kelvin depending on what temperature I want, adjust the brightness, RGB, and different light effects and all that stuff, so that way no matter what I want to do, I can get it done with the lights. With these regular softbox lights, sometimes they're too bright and overexpose the video, and that's no bueno. But with these, you can fine-tune them to exactly what you need. And plus with these, I feel like they're going to take up a lot less space. Oh wow, so there's actually 2 zippers. Let's see what this bottom one does. Alright, so down here on the bottom, you have a very nice soft drawstring bag with one of the lights in it. Over here we got a box with all the power cables in it, one for each light. And then right here we actually have this light stands for each individual light, also inside of a drawstring bag. This is actually a very nice kit. Now I have a bunch of portable ring lights, and they also come with stands and a carrying case, but for whatever reason, every ring light I've ever had has enough room in the bag for the ring light, but there's not really a dedicated spot for the stand, and you kind of just have to shove it in there. With this, it's very nice to see that we have 2 separate compartments to keep everything inside the carrying case with a lot of space to spare. And this isn't a bad case right here. This is I mean, it's not super hard shell, but it is decently hard shell and should be pretty protected. And then we got 2 more lights here. Also inside the case we have a little bit of a user manual here. Alright, so first things first, let's take a look at this light stand. You know, very simple light stand. It's a very adjustable with 3 levels and also 3 legs to stand it up. You know, simple light stand. You can adjust it how you need it, adjust the height. You know, it's just a light stand with some light branding on it. Very nice. Now remember, the light stand, aluminum alloy. The actual lights, aluminum alloy. Quality. Let's get one of these lights out of this bag. I really like the soft feel of this bag. Very protective, very nice. Ooh, here we go. We got the light here. The little diffuser panel just fell out. Let me just slide that back in. And as you can see, very nice aluminum design right here. And one of my favorite features of these is just the way that they look. We have the barn doors on the front that fold out. Look at that. That's nice. We have the diffuser and we can pull it out so we can actually see all the different LEDs. Remember, we have RGB, warm and cool white LEDs. Like, that's just a lot of them right there. That's very nice. Now we can just slide this back into place. Now personally, I'm never gonna need to take off the diffuser. I would prefer if it was more of a permanent fix, but you know, if you have it just set up in a studio, it's gonna be staying in place. Very nice hinges here. Not loose whatsoever, I like that. We just close them back up. Now we can take a look at the back. And now taking a look at the back, there we go. So you're actually able to put 2 batteries on here so you can actually make these completely portable and take them in the middle of the desert if you want to. Although what I have heard is you actually need both batteries to have power, otherwise it just won't work. So if one battery dies, one battery's full, guess what? The light's gonna be completely dead. It has to have a complete circuit going on and able for it to get power. So that's a bit of a negative right there. Also on the back we have the DC 15 volt power outlet, which we're actually gonna use right now. And over here on the right side, we actually have the power switch. Left is for battery, middle is for off, and right is for power adapter. So we're gonna go to the right side. And as you can see, the LED screen lights up and lets us know everything that's going on with the lights. So over here on the left side, we actually have the brightness knob, which you can turn all the way to the right to go up, all the way to the left to go down. And it just keeps on spinning forever, but feels very satisfying. Over here on the right side, we have another knob, which actually allows us to adjust the correlated color temperature, hue, saturation, and scene modes. And you can twist it as well as press it to toggle between each different mode. Right above it, we actually have a mode button, which will allow us to toggle between app mode, rotate mode, slave mode, and master mode. And if you happen to be in master or slave mode, these two arrows right here will allow you to adjust the channel, so that way the lights will link together so you can control them all at the same time. Also on the screen, we have a battery indicator as well as this big number that's going to show you the brightness. It can go all the way down to 0 and all the way up to 100. Very nice. Satisfying. So really, it's very easy to control these just right on the light. So if you're not going to be changing them too often, you can actually just set it up right here on it and then be ready to go. But of course, you can use the app if you want to do things without having to walk over and do it. So as you can see right here, I could twist the knob, adjust the saturation all the way down. So if we don't want it too colorful, very cool. I can easily adjust the brightness at will. I can press in on the button, switch over to white mode and adjust the color temperature, warm, cool, and anywhere in between. I can press on it again and switch to hue to adjust the hue. Look at that. Very cool. It's just cycling through all the different colors now. Easy. Although to go from one end of the spectrum to the other, you do have to twist the knob quite a bit, so it might be a little bit easier with the app. But that's very nice. Let's bring the brightness all the way up. That is very bright. Jeez, that's something right there. Let me just switch over. Yeah, that's extremely bright. Like, this is bright enough for pretty much anything. Now, remember how I mentioned there were different scenes with these lights, which are pretty cool? So you actually hold down this little knob for 3 seconds. And now it entered scene mode. So as you can see, it says scene 1. So right here, we're actually having some flashing lights. We can press the knob, and now we have the cop lights. We got this one. We got this one. Kind of just flickering a little bit. Ooh, we got this one. A little bit of a strobe light effect. We got this one just cycling through all the different colors. We got this one, which is cycling through all the colors, but a little bit faster, a little bit more stroby. And then we have this one, which I think is actually the lightning and thunder option. And then we're back to the first option where it's just a bit of a strobe light. So we actually have 8 different scenes, and they're very cool depending on what effect you're trying to get. Then of course, just hold down the button again for 3 seconds, and it'll switch back to regular mode. Now, as you can see, this is a very versatile light. You can put it on the stand, or you can even just prop it up on itself if you really wanted to, and also you can adjust it at 180 degrees. I mean, so far, these lights are very bright, and I'm very impressed. Alright, so right now I replaced the softbox lights I had right in front of me with the GVM lights, and now I have 2 of them right in front of me. I have the brightness at about 28%, color tone in the middle, so that's what I like about these, because I can adjust the temperature to give a different feel for the videos. With the softbox lights, they were set at cool white. If I wanted to change the color temperature, I had to change the light bulb, and it's a whole mess. But right now, even at 28%, looking at these, they're pretty bright. Like, they're blinding me, so that's really impressive, I guess. So, inside the App Store, we're going to download the Gvm LED app so we can control these things, because they do get controlled via Bluetooth, not Wi-Fi. So we're going to open this up. It looks like we have an ad. Why do they always like that was an ad for the lights that I don't know. I don't get it. I don't like it. Anyways, while we're in here, we're gonna look for BT_LED and connect to it. Make sure you change your mode on the actual lights on the LED screen to app, and then you can actually change the other one into slave mode and make sure they're both on the same channel. That way you can control them both at the same time. Unless you want to control them individually, then that's up to you. But while we're inside the app, you can see up here right on top, we have the brightness, 28%. We can go all the way up to, whoa, 100% is really bright. We can bring it all the way down to 0. And right now it's still on, but I mean, not really. Like, the lights are off and it's really dark. So that's something. Let me go back up to 28. Right now I'm feeling like 28's where I'm gonna keep it. Maybe, we'll see. But down here at the bottom, you can adjust the color temperature, so we can go all the way warm, all the way up to cool. Very nice. But personally, right now, I'm really feeling the 4800 Kelvin, pretty much right in the middle. A little bit cooler than warm, but not so much. But it gives you that nice feel. At least the feel I'm kind of going for right now. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think of the way it looks. But right here on the left side, you can adjust the channels, although I'm going to just leave it at 3 because I have them both set to 3 right now, so I don't want to mess with it. Up here on the top, we can change it to color mode, and now we have pink. You can just adjust it to any color on the wheel. Very nice. Let's see, yellow. This is actually pretty accurate, yeah. I've had some LED lights where you go to a color and like I try to do red and it's like orange or pink or something. But this one right here, let's see, if I go to red, where's red at? Like right here? I think that's red. Kind of hard to look at all these lights. Now it's not like the darkest red ever, but let's see, let's bring the saturation all the way up, and there we go, we have all red. So you have to adjust the saturation. You can go down, bring it white if you want no saturation, and anywhere in between. Yeah, so if you want a red video, you can go to blue. Yo, this is really messing with my eyes. Got that green, yellow. These are some really vibrant colors. I'm really digging this. See, so let's see, we can adjust the bright. Jeez, okay, the brightness. This is too bright. Whew! Seriously, I've never seen something so bright. These are really good lights. I'm really impressed with these. Let me bring that back down. We can go up to the top to scene now. So here we go. We got the cop lights flashing. Pretty cool. We can adjust the brightness all the way up. And I feel like the cops are after me right now. So it says cop car. We can go to lightning. Whew. Now I am noticing, let me see, let me go back to cop car. There is a slight delay with each of them changing together. They're not perfectly in sync. It's really a few milliseconds, but it is noticeable. So like, for example, the lightning, they're not gonna both be off exactly at the same time. This one gets triggered first, then this one follows suit like a fraction of a second later. So that, you know, that could mess with things depending on what you're doing. We have candle. Oh, so it's like a flickering candle. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna bring the brightness down a little bit because it's a candle light. I'm not sure if you can really see it on me too much, but it is doing a little bit of flicker. I kind of like that. Then we have TV. So it's like the candle, but it's a cool light instead of warm white. And it's doing a little bit of a flicker. We have bad bulb. It's like a flickering light bulb. Now, I don't know if you're able to tell the difference between the two lights because you're back there, but yeah, this one turns off a fraction of a second after and turns on, you know, it's a little bit delayed. Then we have party mode. Hey! So the thing with this one, I'm not sure if you could tell, but, you know, as it's cycling through the colors, remember this one's a little bit delayed, so while this one's still on blue, this one's already on red, and, you know, vice versa, whatever. But, you know, when it's flickering like this, like, no one's gonna notice, unless you're looking at them specifically. I'm not sure if you could tell one's hitting one side of my face differently. We have disco. Now disco and party are pretty close, although I think disco's faster. Okay, they're both pretty fast. I'm not really sure what the difference is. Like, I could tell a difference, I'm just not putting my finger on it. Like, this one's going really fast. Go back to party. Maybe it's a different order of colors? I don't know. And then we have paparazzi. Ah, no flash photography, please. Alright, so there's that, and of course bring the brightness up. Then we have my scenes, which we have no scenes yet, so I guess you can make your own scene. Up here on the top you can save the current scene, but how do you actually make a scene? You can turn vibration and sound on, although I haven't felt any vibrations or heard any sounds. I'm not sure if you can actually make a scene in here. It says my scenes, and I could save the current scene, but I can't customize it. So I don't know, maybe it's just not ready. I'm not sure why that's an option, but really this is nice. Let me bring it back down to 28, 45. Why does this feel brighter than it was? Am I losing my mind? Hey, maybe that's actually about right. All these lights is driving me crazy, messing with my psyche. But overall, I'm really liking these lights. They do really well. They're very bright, very customizable. The app works fine. Now, some people might not like the app. They prefer remote control, but you know, I hate having to keep track of remote control. It's better to pull my phone out of my pocket, open the app, and then control things. But personally, you know, at least for this setup right here, for the most part, I'm going to be leaving them exactly how I decide to get them once I figure out exactly how I want them to be, because they're just going to sit here unless I want to make it cool or warm or, I don't know, I don't think I would ever make them flash. But But you know, if I do, I could change it. But for the most part, they're gonna be set to exactly where they are and not changed whatsoever. But I'm really liking it. Like, these are some quality lights. I could easily fold them up, put them inside the case, and take them on the go. Now, of course, I would need to get some batteries and chargers for those batteries. Although, you know, if I'm in a studio environment, I have power, and with the power, they're great. If you guys have tried out these lights for yourself, let me know what you guys think of them. I mean, so far, I'm liking them. I don't see any flickering whatsoever on any of my cameras, so that's a major plus right there, because that's the most annoying thing ever. And if they flicker, they're not gonna work. But great video maker. I think they actually are. I mean, the quality's great, the lights are great, the app works great. I got no complaints here.